What does family mean to you?
Everything.
Last question. Family? Yeah.
Everything. If you don't have that, then you don't got shit, man. You know, that's everything. Respect, guidance. It's everything. I learned it from my tío and I'll never change it. It's everything. I embed it into my own kids. You know, where familia is everything. There's nothing around it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, no problem.
You should know about anybody who paved the way for you to do what you do. I look up to Tony as one of the guys who paved the way for me to start tattooing 32 years ago. If it wasn't for those guys that came into the industry and made it okay and made things happen, there wouldn't be an industry for anybody. You know, he's one of those dudes that I knew was in the game before me. And, you know, I've always looked up to his work. I love the work that he does. I love the black and gray work that he does. He's a great artist. Tony, I want to thank you for doing everything that you've done for tattooing, for having the talks you've had with me, and just for being you, bro. Just thank you for everything.
Even if something happens, you're there. So family is not always blood, it's heart. So we have to say thank you. And for Tony, thank you for what you've done for me. And you'll always be my family. You know, and I love him for that.
Tony had like a special relationship with Dino back then, which Dino was my boss. But at the time, Tony was so close to Dino that he was almost the boss of other tattoo studios that weren't even in his shop. So if Tony like said something, it went. Like at other studios, Tony could come into the studio and tell you like what you needed to do to fix it. He was just one of those guys that you always looked up to, and he's always had a successful studio that was like kind of legendary in Atlanta.
I got into it because I love what it's about. I didn't get into it to be famous. I didn't get into it to be on TV. You know, I got into it because just typical neighborhood shit. And then, you know, I don't know if you're religious or not, but, you know, I was blessed, man. God blessed me for some reason. And I respect it. Yeah, I respect all these, I respect a lot of these young kids that are coming up, man, because they're amazing. And they don't know, you know, but, and I try to embed into these younger generation where, you know, be good to it, man. Be good. You know what I mean? Just because you're fucking good at it doesn't mean you got to be an asshole. You know what I mean? But if you're an asshole, you're a fucking asshole. You can't beat it in them and you can't beat it out of them. You know what I mean? So.